Okay, guys, so this lesson is going to focus on being able to create new units to explain scientific phenomena. This is going to get into how we can make two-dimensional units and how we can use those two-dimensional units as a conversion factor. So the last lesson we practiced on utilizing the information of a conversion factor that we already know, so metric and standard measurements, and being able to go back and forth between the two with measurements that we took. So what this lesson is focusing on is creating a two-dimensional unit or a new type of conversion factor. So I'm calling this deriving units, meaning we're going to create mathematical representation for different phenomena in the natural world. So with science, we've already established that units are a part of measurement. So all of the quantities in a science classroom or in a science lab, and when we're studying real world phenomena, they are measured. They are quantified by some type of measuring tool. And that measuring tool is going to have little gradients that represent a measurement. Think of a ruler, okay? Think of a graduated cylinder. So we always have to include units. So we have to understand mathematically how those units are represented and how they follow algebraic expressions, okay? So for example, on this slide here, we can see that we are taking a measurement of 6 centimeters, a measurement of 7 centimeters, and a measurement of 1 centimeter. So obviously we're finding the area of a cube or an area of a rectangle, and we are going to figure out what that volume is, right? So that's what area is, volume. So when we measure this with a ruler, we obviously measured it in centimeters. So I know that 6 times 7 times 1 is 42. Right? We know mathematically that's what the answer is. But what happens to those units? Well, those units follow the same thing that the numbers do. Okay, so when you multiply, you're also multiplying the units. So I multiplied them 3 times. So what happens if I were to take 2 and multiply 2 3 times? Well, we know that that's the same thing as 2 raised to the 3rd power. Right? Well, that happens with units as well. So when I multiply centimeter times centimeter times centimeters, I actually cubed it. So you must always carry out that mathematical function with not only the quantity, but with also the units. So whatever you do to the numbers, you have to do to the units. And so this whole lesson is understanding those types of relationships that we understand from math class, that we carry out a math function with a number. So we're going to bring that into science, and we're also going to carry out that math function with our units. So we're going to think of our units as a variable, like an x variable or a y variable you see in math all the time.